some really good anglers would have this for like a 5-night session. This is me for a 5-hour session. So the little push round with my overloaded barrow for a day session in typical Hamidi fashion started at the lovely Chigborough lakes. Have a look. This is one of the back lakes behind the main lake. Clipped up here at the lovely Chigborough farm. Let's try to find a clear spot near those trees. That's the one. So we're going to make up a little bag mix here to use with the chopstick system. This is going to be supplemented as well, so we're going to use the B8M8. So look, you can actually put breadcrumb in this, well, bread. Put some harder pellet in with it, so that'll help the blade that doesn't rely on sharpness to just basically work with velocity and break this bread up as well. So I'm going to do it in a couple of sittings just to get myself enough. So see that? So those harder pellets are helping me crumb the bread up. There you go, look at that. We've got like pellet and breadcrumb mixture. So put that in, lovely jubbly. I'm going to take some golden grain, put that in there. Okay, and then a few of my hard pellets again to give me the old purchase. Little tricks that we've learnt through a long time of testing the product, finding out all little ways and little methods of making it so versatile. Bread, pellet, corn pulp there. Give that little mixture a little stir up as you would, and then add some tuna in brine. Have a look at this beauty. Ooh, look, new Smart Liquid, sweet corn flavour. Might as well. Give that little squirt over the top, and then again give that a good mix up, and then of course a taste. As Jamie Oliver would say, full of flavour. Feel it. Oh, look at that, it's coming out beautifully. Oh. Now we're going to halve that little lump of spam, and then we're going to take the chopstick system and we're going to use the cutting grid to actually cube this. Meat cutters have existed before, but this is a handy use out of the product. And then it's the bait orbs. Time to stuff it. Start loading that spam into those bait orbs just like that. I'm using the end of the cool tool, pushing it in. Shoving that meat deep inside the bait orb. And then with some Get Flossed and the eyed bait screw, I'm pulling that, and I'm using actually the plastic moulding on the eyed bait screw as the cap for the bait orb. And then I'm taking a little gooed up mini tiny 8mm pop-up followed by a bait blob, positioning that in place. All I'm going to do now is cut the tag end, and then quite simply trim it down, blob it down with a lighter, and that is going to be your rig complete. Have a look at this little setup, beautiful. Next up, you're going to get yourself some tiger nut goo, and you're just going to ease on the outside. It's really good this time of year. A little bit of that. A few of my meat cubes that I did in the grid, in the cutting grid, and then look at that. Little parcel of goodness. Then I'm just going to go through the mesh twice here to secure it for the cast, and then it's just a little lob to the margin, and then the first rod is out. Now time to prepare the second. Again, I'm just quickly using old rigs from my last trip where I blanked, but the horseshoe hook has got such a resilient point, so they're not going to feel like the lock hooks or the Colm V needle points. But the great thing is, because that point's a little bit wider, like if you see it widens out, it's still really sharp at the tip. It just widens out. It means you'll get, you know, if you're trying to catch 15 fish a hook, you will get that with ease. And it's got the micro ring swivel size 18 from the Vita Bits range. So this time what we're going to do, we're going to put the bait orb up the other way, and we're going to plug the hole with a little pop-up again. This is our breaded mixture, this one. A nice repeat of the process, this time in reverse. We're leaving the hole exposed, but we're going to plug it with the little mini gooed up pop-up this time at the top, and then again taking a pink bait blob this time, cut the tag end, and then quite simply in a second we're just going to blob it down again, and that is your little breaded mixture, your stick mix, actually as a hook bait in the bait orb. Absolutely beautiful. Have a look at that. Horseshoe hook, barbless, long distance hook bead, bait. Out to this one, we're going to add some bumbleberry goo into that nice bait orb, soaking into that bread mixture. And then we're going to take some sweet boilies and put that into the cutting grid on the chopstick. Cutter grid. These have been in the air dry bag as well, so they'll be harder bait, so you can see how well the chopsticks works. Bosh, look at that. Straight through some baits that have been drying in the wrap bag. So gives you an idea of how good those cutters are. Now we're going to take our little crummy mixture and just add that in there as well. Push that through now with the presser, exiting it out now, tie off a nice mesh bag, and then you're going to leave a long tag end. You've got the tunery sweet corny bread flake with some pellets as well. That's a beautiful little morsel of bag there, isn't it? So we're going to go once through the top of the long tag and then underneath and out through that side. So you sort of trap the hair in using the longer bit. Just prior to casting out, add some tiger nut goo to the outside of the bag, and then bosh, a lovely cast follows straight to the margins. Top tipper for you here, short day sessions. We're obviously in the latter part of middle of February, going into the spring, so we don't want to put loads and loads of bait out, but what you do want to do is create a little bit of noise and disturbance. So here we've got the iconic essential cell, some 10 millers, and all you're going to do is you're trying to make a little bit of noise every 20 minutes, 30 minutes. No harm in just a couple of pult loads, probably 20 odd boilies. So yeah, just a little bit of sound, keep it going in, ring the dinner bell. Oh, Carp. Day tactics, day tactics. The old meat, spammy bait orbs. Just trickled some essential cell over the top as well with the catapult, practicing what I preach. And we got a bite. Here we go, lovely jubbly. Go on, boy. Proper having it under the tip. The old magic twig. Horseshoes, long legs. Look at that, meaty balls. Meaty balls away. And it ain't a common. You come here for the little dark commons. It's a little dark mirror carp. Look, there's the long legs liner. Barbless hook, out it comes. White. There's our meat that's gone fatty and congealed. Look at that, luncheon meat. First carp of the day, could be the last, it could just be the first, but either way, we've got ourselves a lovely winter bite on some awesome day session tactics. Horseshoe hooks, long legs liners, bait orbs, chopsticks, luncheon meat, spam, corner shop goodness, it's all going down. was the only fish, I think, but anyway, rods are still out, have a look. But we'll get this little bad boy packed up nice and quick, but I hope we give you a nice little, well, you'll see a little pack down of the noble wind shelter while, yeah, I hope the day tactics were good insight. It really was a short day because we didn't get the rods out till 11. Didn't get the rods out till 11, and we're packing up. Well, what's the time now? It's 20 past 4. So that was a good short day session. And that's why it's good, isn't it? It's look how quick it packs away. There you go. Wait, Nikos, you know what we didn't need today?
What?
Sunglasses. Yeah. The sad part. Wind the rods in and barrow back to the car park.